Hey guys, welcome back to the Love Letters from Lakyn podcast. Do you notice anything different about me? Yeah, you do, and I'll tell you why. It's because I'm wearing my merch. My merchandise. This is official Love Letters from Lakyn merchandise. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm currently wearing, and that's really cool. I already got a snag in it from my cat. Anyways, good thing this is from my personal collection. Now, before we jump into the episode, I want to talk about my merch drop, okay? You guys, I made the announcement on Monday. I'm currently filming this like 6 days before the drop. The drop is going to be Sunday, January 26th at 5 p.m. Central Time. Now, let me tell you all about these crew necks. There are two colors that you guys voted on specifically. If you remember, I did a series of polls and questions on my Instagram stories where I asked you what colors you want to see in a sweatshirt. Do you want a hoodie? Do you want a crew neck? Do you want the main design to be on the front or the back? All that good stuff, okay? And you guys voted, the people spoke. You guys asked for light pink crew necks and white crew necks, okay? I also got a lot of grays thrown in there. I hate to disappoint, but just know that if this drop does well, we might be able to come back with some more color options. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited. Like, this would not have been possible without all of you who listen and support me, not just on my podcast, but support me in my other artistic outlets as well, and just who support me in whatever I do in life. It's not just a podcast thing. It's also just my friends, my family, and my listeners building me up and lifting me up as a person, aside from my podcast as well. But if you're not watching on YouTube, the front design features Love Letters from Lakyn in the same font that is used on my cover art on podcast or on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And then there's a cute little love letter on the front. It's tied up with a little heart stamp. On the back of my sweatshirt, there is a pink typewriter, and the typewriter is typing out love. And I just thought that could not have been more perfect for my brand and what this podcast is. So this merch collection is a love letter from me to you. Thank you guys so much for even showing interest in wanting to wear my name out in public. It's so crazy to me. The drop hasn't even been live yet, and I've already had such overwhelming support from the post alone. My friends and I did a cute little photo shoot together the other day. I vlogged some of it. Guys, I'm back into vlogging a little bit. We'll see if I actually upload. Pause. I'm taking a drink of my soda. ASMR. Anyways, trying to get back on the vlogging game, especially with like all the exciting stuff coming up. I kind of just want to give you guys a glimpse into, okay, what does it take to design the merch, find like the wholesaler or a screen printer, I want to include more behind the scenes stuff, and I want to talk about more things on YouTube and be able to show you guys more things. I don't know what I'm saying, actually. I'm just rambling. However, still don't know if I'm going to edit and upload that YouTube video, but definitely go subscribe just in case, it might be a little surprise for you in a couple days. No, I really am going to try to sit down and start editing YouTube videos. That's what gets me. Like, I already have to edit the podcast, and for some reason I'm just not a fan of editing. It like takes me so long, and it's not like exciting to me. I prefer like the creation of the content rather than the editing, but I know both are equally as important, and some people love it and some people it's their passion, but it's hard for me. For some reason I just have such a learning curve with learning new software and editing and blah 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 blah, which okay, before we get into anything else, let's continue talking about the merch. So, like I said, there are light pink and white crew necks. Both designs are the same on both crew necks. I have sizes that range from medium to triple XL, okay? I didn't do any smalls, just because I feel like the majority of my audience wants to go oversized like I do. So that's kind of where I landed on that. However, if there is demand of smaller sizes, then I will absolutely make that possible depending on how well this drop goes. But yeah, Sunday, January 26th at 5 p.m. Central Time, the drop is going to be live, and I cannot wait to see you guys and your merch. I'm literally so excited. All right, let's get into life updates. Obviously, merch drop. Okay, we need to address the elephant in the room, guys. TikTok? What the hell? I need to pause for a drink before we get into this. I've been making like dirty sodas lady. I've been making dirty sodas lately. So good. My current fixation is Coke Zero, raspberry syrup, and a lime. And it's so good. I used to put a little bit of Irish cream in there, but I found that I'm not really a huge fan of cream in my sodas. I don't know. It just kind of like has almost a weird texture. And whenever you pour the creamer in, you can kind of see like the creamer particles in the soda. And I'm just not a fan of that. But anyways, sorry, I'm like parched today. And I also am so tired. I'm low-key, like I said last week, kind of overworking myself, and I feel like there's always something that needs to be done. I cannot sleep at night because I'm sitting there thinking of all the things that still need to be done, and I'm like, no, it's okay, like, you have them, like, those are your tasks for tomorrow. It's okay that they're not getting done right now. But me telling myself that, like, my brain doesn't compute that it's okay to be taking a break. You know what I mean? Okay. So, TikTok was gone. We were all so dramatic about it leaving. There were like end credit scenes rolling out on my For You page. People were making like the edits. You know what I'm talking about, like the edits. People were doing TikTok rewinds. All the Musical.ly stars were coming back. People were like ending beef. Like these like Musical.ly stars were like ending beef with each other over TikTok ending. Like they were like tagging people they haven't talked to in years. It was such a wholesome family reunion. And I saw this thing. I'm like, Lauren Gray posted a TikTok, and, you know, she was the queen of Musical.ly, like, crowned and everything, and she posted, like, guys, if TikTok actually, like, comes back, like, if it doesn't just go away, can we stop, like, being so, can we stop being so serious? Can we, like, be silly again? Can we make Musical.lys again? And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, like, we need that back. Because I had the most fun I'd had on TikTok in months during the last 3 days of TikTok before the ban. You know what I mean? I had so much fun seeing everybody like crawl out of their holes, and like all these people come back online after maybe like years of not creating content, and they're just doing what they initially got famous for again. And it was so fun to see people doing old TikTok dances, old Musical.ly dances, doing like the, you know what I'm talking about, the Musical.ly like selfie video, the lip syncing videos. Seeing all those stars come back made my entire life. Like, I had so much fun in the last few days leading up to the ban. But what freaking kills me, you guys, is all these celebrities and all these influencers who gave up their like biggest secrets at the end, like before the ban. And then it literally came back a day later. Not even a day later, you guys. I swear to the good Lord, it was 12 hours later that TikTok came back. And I saw some crazy secrets, like people saying they didn't actually do their workouts. So basically you were just capitalizing off of all of your followers, telling them to do these workouts that it's gonna like change their life, when in reality, what were you doing? I don't know. There's a lot of like controversy surrounding it now, and it's so funny. Like, some of them have to come back and they just like embarrass the shit out of themselves, and they're never gonna be able to take that back. However, I did see some good ones that were like exposing like controversies from years before. Like, if you guys know about the Jack Wright and what's her name? Jack Wright and what's that girl's name? Sienna May, I think. Their whole situation about how she was the villain, but then she dropped this video like explaining her side for the first time in years, and now everyone's against Jack. It was kind of crazy seeing some people say, oh, and the little hoodie thing, like back in like a couple years ago, he exposed like all these TikTokers, and everyone was like, you're lying. And then it finally got revealed before the TikTok ban that he was not lying, and everything that he exposed these creators of was in fact true. Anyways, it was just crazy to see everything go down. It was like insane. It's like we were all like banding together one last time. Okay. Is it dramatic that I almost cried over it? Because I seriously love TikTok. And I know, you guys, I know that in my 2025 ins and outs, I put out TikTok. But come on, I lied. Like I said a couple weeks ago, if it happens to not get banned, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm going to be on that app as much as I can. I love that app, okay? And I was just starting to get my fame for the Sunny Angel unboxings, which, not to mention, 12 hours later, we were doing my photo shoot for Love Letters from Lakyn crew necks when TikTok like started working again. And I get on there and I'm like, oh my God, perfect timing, because guess what? Georgia had just given me my Sunny Angels that she got me in Japan. So I hop on there, I'm like, hey y'all, look who's back. And then I do my Sunny Angel unboxing, and I got so many views, and all of my like followers were like, oh my God, my Shayla is back. And I'm like, wow, I've really made it if someone's calling me their Shayla. You know what I mean? Anyways. I'm kind of like a little bit long-winded today. I have like, you know, when you have a lot of energy and you feel like you could yap for hours, but then like your eyelids are just so heavy. That's me today. My body is like energized and my mind is energized, but then it's like my eyes are begging me to just lay me down to sleep. Okay, let's get into some more life updates. Do I even have any other life updates? Oh, okay. Let me tell you a good story. Okay, today when you guys are, or when I'm recording this, it's Tuesday, January 21st. When you guys are listening to it, it's Wednesday the 22nd, obviously. So, yesterday, it was MLK Day, right? So we didn't have work, except we did, because that's how my job works. We still have to provide childcare on these days. So I go to work yesterday. It's like an 8-hour shift, okay? And I told my boss, shout out Rebecca, that I had to leave at 2 for a doctor's appointment, right? And then like during work, I got my like appointment reminder, and they told me it was online. I was like, what? Because I guess it's like, since I'm just asking my doctor if I can see an allergist, that I don't need to actually go into the office for her to refer me, which makes sense, I guess. So I am like, okay. So I still leave at 2 because my appointment's at 2:30, and I head home, get on my computer, because I have to like download Microsoft Teams or something in order to get on this meeting with my doctor, right? So I get home, get on my computer, I'm like scrambling to download this Microsoft thing and get on my appointment because I have to be on there 5 minutes early to meet with my doctor. At least that's what the email said, right? So I'm on my bed. Picture me on this exact bed that you're watching me on right now. Oh my gosh, I'm such a stutterer sometimes. It's okay. We don't judge. Drink. Okay. Why did that just make myself cringe by saying drink? You know when you kind of like cringe yourself out and you have to just sit there and be like, really? Okay, so I'm sitting here on my bed and I'm like moving the blankets out of the way because when I left in the morning for work, I left in kind of a hassle, you know, didn't make my bed that morning, so my blankets were kind of thrown all over the place. So I'm getting on my bed to open up this meeting. It's like 2:20, okay? I have to be on the meeting in 5 minutes. I lift up a blanket, boom, I see dried cat puke under my blanket, and I'm like, what the hell? When did this happen? Toby, when did you throw up? Like, Rue, when was this? You know? So I like freak out. I throw the computer off my bed. I grab my comforter and my blankets, run upstairs really quickly to throw it in the wash before I have to be on this call, right? Still haven't been able to like get Microsoft Teams launched and everything inside, like logged in and everything. And so I finally get that figured out. I'm back downstairs. It's 2:25. I'm waiting in the lobby of my call. And then my mom shouts my name from upstairs. She's like, Lakyn, Lakyn. Luckily, she did not have work this day as well. Lakyn, Lakyn, Lakyn. I'm like, what? And she's like, You were washing your phone in the washer with your comforter. Oh. Oh. I was washing my phone, of course, of course, of course. Now, thank goodness and thank you, mommy, that she was home yesterday because, or else my phone would have been done for. She would have been gone. And my rare Sunny Angel hipper was attached to my phone case yesterday. And that also went through the wash. Now she's on my bed because that was traumatic for her and she's my baby. But holy shit, you guys. Most chaotic, and mind you, this all took place in a span of 10 minutes. So most chaotic 10 minutes, probably under 10 minutes of my life. My phone is okay. It hasn't showed any signs of someone in my house. I swear I just heard like a whistle. Okay, anyway. So after all that happened, that crazy like 7 minutes, I'm still waiting in the lobby. I ended up waiting in my appointment lobby for 30 minutes before my doctor came. And I had to call my clinic and say, hey, I've been waiting in like this, I think it's called like telehealth or something, for 30 minutes and no one has spoken to me, like not even a nurse practitioner. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, let me connect your doctor. Finally, they got to me and I'm like, do they just like forget about their online appointments? Like, I get it. Like, I know my doctor's booked and busy. Bless her heart. She's amazing. But wow, that was crazy. And then like after the doctor's appointment, I get off. I have an hour till the merch announcement goes live on my Instagram. I take like the smallest nap because I'm exhausted, you know? Because also I woke up with a sore throat the other day, so I'm like kind of feeling under the weather, but it's not like horrible. I'm feeling great today, but my body was just so tired. I feel like I've been go, go, go recently, and it was chaotic and it was a lot, but that's besides the point. Just wanted to share that funny story with you guys. Let's move on. Happy Onyx Storm release day. Today's release day when you guys are, or when I'm recording this, when you guys are listening to this, it'll have been out for a day and I'll be receiving my copy tomorrow. Sadly, I did pre-order my copy on Barnes & Noble and it won't be here till Thursday, January 23rd, which is fine. Honestly, it's a blessing in disguise because I still haven't finished my Iron Flame reread. I can't remember what I told you guys I was reading last week. I might have mentioned Iron Flame, but I'm not sure. I wasn't a fan of this book on the first read, but I will say, I think I'm liking it a little more the second time around. The first time I read it, I think I spaced it out too much. I listened to the majority of the first read on Audible. And here's my thing with audiobooks. I love them. They're convenient. I really do enjoy them sometimes while I'm cooking, while I'm walking or running or driving, or like on my commute to work and back. But I always will prefer reading on my Kindle or my book where I can see it face to face, like eye to eye. And like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to say like actually being able to read it because I still believe that using audiobooks is still reading, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Being able to see the words on the page really helps me focus, and I think sometimes whenever I'm using Audible, it's hard for me to focus on what's happening. Now, with that being said, I still have been listening to a little bit of my reread on Audible, just because it's convenient for me whenever I'm driving places. I do drive a lot during the days. So, but majority, I've got to stop saying so, but, and, like, shut up. I'll work on that. How do I move on without saying it? Where was I? Okay, Toby, do you all hear that? Okay, his litter box is in this little cubicle thing, I guess you could say, that's under my TV. And it's like an enclosure. And he's just in there. He likes to scratch the walls. I don't know why. Cats are so weird. He likes to scratch the windows. He likes to scratch smooth surfaces. I wonder if it's like a sensory thing for them. I don't know. Moving on. Well, not quite, but moving on from that. Iron Flame, I have my reread. I have been reading most of it on my physical copy. And I am about 65% done with it. So we will be done by the time my copy of Onyx Storm comes out on Thursday, or comes on Thursday. Okay, wow. Oh, okay, he's done. Thank goodness. Sorry, sometimes I just need to like sit here in silence for 30 seconds or so because kind of just like give my mind a chance. No, give my mouth a chance to catch up with my mind, right? Yeah, I don't know what's happening with me today. I'm a little like brain fogged because again, like I said, I'm working a lot and it just feels like there's always something that needs to be done. It feels like when I'm laying down or resting, I'm wasting time. And I hate feeling that way. But at the same time, it's for good stuff. It's exciting stuff that I'm getting ready for, like getting ready for this launch. It's so fun, but I'm a little bit stressed. And I want to, for people who are doing online orders, or like not online orders, everyone's doing online order. For people who are adding shipping, I am thinking about constantly, okay, I need to ship them out like ASAP so they can make it to you guys for Valentine's Day. And I don't know. I'm stressing myself out. Let's do a weekly report. Releasing Onyx Storm, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to go over that. Experiencing whiplash from TikTok, leaving, then coming back. That's a given. Also experiencing low-key burnout, but it's fine. I'm kind of pushing through it. I've gotten better with burnout throughout the past couple years. For example, my current job that I'm at, a couple years ago when I experienced burnout, I just quit. And now I take a different approach. I try very hard in my daily routine to not make every day the same. And I think Danielle helps a lot with that because she has like set plans for us where like one day at work we have arts and crafts. One day at work we do like a science experiment or something STEM related. And then we have, just different activities every day. And that really helps with my burnout because I think when like a couple years ago, whenever I got so burnt out, because I was doing the exact same thing every day. Not to mention I was in a toxic relationship and that severely impacted my workspace and how I performed as a worker. But I've gotten better with burnout and I think that the best thing I've done for myself is to look forward to my nightly routines and make a strict nightly routine that isn't just a continuation of my workday into the night. You know what I mean? It's like after 6:30 p.m. when I get off, nothing else is work. Nothing is allowed to be work related. It's time to shut off my brain. I'm allowed to have this time for myself. And so implementing that has really helped me prevent burnout and also really helped me just be happier and to look forward to the end of my days and the days to come. You know what I mean? Playing and watching, I can't even lie to y'all. I haven't been playing anything. I haven't really been watching anything. I've been watching like the OC here and there, but it mostly has been me just watching TikTok for hours upon hours. That like any free time I get, that phone is oh my god, the grip on my phone is insane. Like, especially when we thought it was going away forever. Oh yeah, you best believe I was spending every last second on TikTok. And I still am because now that it was gone for 12 hours, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we are severely addicted to this app. But I love it. There's pros and cons to all social media platforms. I freaking love TikTok, y'all. Obsessing over my merch drop, obviously. Kind of just obsessing over the details of it, getting it out to you guys. What's going to happen when it drops, what's going to happen after. I've been really excited about it. It's all I've been able to think about. But I've also been obsessing over, honestly, my Instagram feed. That sounds so superficial of me, but you guys know me. I love a beautifully curated feed. And here at the podcast, this is where you get the dirty details of me. This is where you get the good, the bad, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. With my Instagram, though, it will almost always be like a perfectly aesthetic photo that was planned, you know? But I love it. I love creating stuff like that. I love the look of a fresh, clean feed. I really tried to make my feed more light and like pinky this year, and I'm obsessed with it already. Especially, I love to make my Instagram feed match like the season I'm at in life. And so I felt like with the merch that I'm dropping and the brand of my podcast, which really it is so me at a core, like the girliness, the pink and white, like that is so me. But I just thought it'd be so cute to kind of have everything match, like the several merch posts that will be coming, you know, in the future. Because I still have so many pictures from that shoot that I need to share because it was so much fun and it was girlhood embodied and it was so cute and I'm obsessed with it. Reading Iron Flame, obviously, we already talked about this. Then we're going to go straight into Onyx Storm. And then after that, the girls in the book club said we're going to start a little rom-com on February 1st to get in the Valentine's Day mood. So I'm excited for that. Treating. I have been treating myself to a few things. Obviously, Onyx Storm Deluxe Edition from Barnes & Noble. That was a treat. I have been... Well... I haven't really been buying much for myself, or at least nothing that I haven't already told you guys, if that makes sense. But I did buy myself one of my good friends, Juliana. She just started a mental health awareness brand, okay? It's beautiful what they stand for. I'm going to look it up so that I can give you guys accurate details. Okay, her brand is called Proud of Your Progress. They just did their first launch with an embroidered crew. It looks like a globe crew, t-shirts, bracelets, stickers, all that jazz. And 15% of the profits are donated to mental health foundations. And I love Juliana. If you know her personally, you know mental health awareness is her number one passion. And she inspires me so much. And I just love the way she lives her life. And the way she advocates for this is so special. This is not an ad at all. She did not ask me to do this. I just am so proud of her and I love her so much. And this truly is incredible what she's doing. But I bought her embroidered crew neck in black. It says Proud of You, Mind Matters, established 2024. It's so cute. It actually comes tomorrow. Well, it comes actually the day that you guys are listening to this. But I'm super excited. You guys should definitely go check her out. Check out my merch. Check out her merch. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of us. We're doing big things this year. And I'm just so excited for it. And I love supporting my friends in all their endeavors. And just everything they do is just, it makes me so happy. You guys should go check it out for sure. Okay. For today's episode, I kind of wanted to do like a mid-January check-in. Like to see how I'm doing with my New Year's hopefuls, you know. Like I said, I'm not really a huge believer in New Year's resolutions because I personally believe that it's a lot of pressure for you to start something right at the first of the beginning of the month every year. I personally think that you are capable of starting over at any point in time and that there is always something you can work or improve on. There is always something that you can start. You'd never have to start something right at the beginning of the year. You could start it on December 31st and it would still be important and powerful and meaningful. But I did want to do just like a little bit of check-in because some of these things are funny. Like, for example, one of these things, if you guys remember my ins and outs, one of my ins was using up all my makeup products before buying new ones. I already failed. I literally already failed that one because I went to Target the other day to grab some things for the photo shoot. And e.l.f. has these beautiful glittery eyeshadows. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect for my photo shoot. And of course, I snagged it. So, failed that one. However, I haven't done it with any of my, I haven't, bought a new foundation, you know, because I'm not in need of a foundation. I haven't bought, a new contour stick. So, a win's a win, y'all. A win's a win. I have, however, read 30 minutes or more every day. That is a given. I mean, I feel like I didn't do that often last year, though. Normally I would binge read, and I would read for hours and hours in a couple days, and then not read again for a couple weeks. But I've been able to be consistent with it, the past few weeks. So that's been cool. Have I moved my body 30 minutes a day? Now, yes, if you include the time that I'm at work, because when you're with kids, you're constantly moving. You're constantly on your feet, getting things, helping things, maybe chasing them, who knows. So, yes, in that sense, but I think that when I was writing this, I did mean for it to be like, okay, moving my body for 30 minutes outside of work, going for a walk outside, going for a run, doing like a yoga YouTube video, you know, just like moving my body outside of work with intention, because whenever I'm doing it at work, it's unintentional, you know, it just happens. But I want to move my body 30 minutes a day intentionally. So there's that. Self-medicating with healthy habits. This is one I really want to talk about, because yes, I have been doing that, and I'm going to tell you how. I used to drink a lot of alcohol. Quite a lot of alcohol. When I was 19, 20, even 21, I was drinking a lot, especially 19 and 20. I was drinking like heavy drinking, going out 4 days a week. And this was also while I was in my toxic relationship. I was very burnt out. This was during a time where I was not myself, and there were many factors that had to do with that. However, that doesn't make it good or healthy or a healthy outlet. This was a very depressing time for me, and my mental health was at its worst. And I just look back at it and I'm like, that poor girl, like, she felt so isolated, even though she had people around her who wanted to help her. And I think about all the time now how grateful I am to be in the place that I am right now. My life is so drastically different from what it was okay, I'm about to cry, and Toby just got up on the bed and is licking his asshole. I look around at my room now and see how much I have expressed and invited my femininity and this like girlhood, childlike wonder back into my life. 2 years ago, I was kind of pushing all that down, and you could see it in my face, in the way I dressed, in the way I held myself, in the way I spoke, that I was at my darkest point. And it's just like, it's such a beautiful thing to look around my room and think like, this is me. This is what I've always wanted. It makes me want to stop and be thankful more than I already am for what I have right now, because everything in my room, the bookshelves, the girly vanity, the like endless cards and posters and paintings and records on my walls, all of this is everything I've ever wanted. And I feel, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I feel it's such a good thing to have a safe space and create a warm place. What am I even trying to say? It's so important to me, and I think it should be important to everyone else, that you decorate your space how you want to feel. And I've done that. And 2 years ago, I was also the most unfinancially stable I had ever been. Financially unstable. That's the right way to say that. And looking at my life now, I have accomplished so much since 2 years ago. And I feel like I need to give myself more credit and be proud of myself more often. A lot of times I get caught up in, okay, what am I going to do next? What can I do? What can be the next big thing that I do? What am I going to do in 2 months? What am I going to do in half a year, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Instead of focusing on where I am now, what I did to get here, and what I have that I had wished for 2 years ago. And I also need to give myself credit, because I did this for myself. Of course I had help from other people, but ultimately it was me who decided 2 years ago or even a year ago that, okay, I am not living the life I want to live. I need to start taking the steps to get to where I do want to be. So, going back to the self medicating with healthy habits, I used to self medicate with alcohol. And I've never really said that out loud because, like, it's kind of a scary thought, you know? You're like, oh, there's no way that's me. There's no way I'm someone who self medicates with alcohol. But that's who I was. I was drinking to the point of blacking out. I wasn't remembering where I was the night before, what I had done, who I was with. And that's a terrifying thought. And thank God I'm safe, you know? Thank God nothing ever happened to me because what a scary situation to be in. But I think there are so many factors that played into letting go of that life, but definitely who I was surrounding myself with, those people needed to be cut off. Where I was living, musty apartment. Bernie and Jordan know Beacon was not our year. When we lived at Beacon, that was not our year. But moving home has honestly done wonders for me and my mental health. I was so scared it was going to revert back to me being in high school and that my mental health would suffer from being at home, but I truly have never had a better relationship with my parents. I've never, I don't want to say I've never been happier because I feel like happiness is something you choose. Like it comes and it goes, and that's just life. But I'm so content, and I'm building my dream life. There are things every day that are happening in my favor, and I feel so good about it. And sometimes, you know, I come home from a long, hard day and I just do the things that I love, like read my book or take extra time on my skincare routine. And I don't feel like I need to have a drink or two anymore, you know? And not saying that I'm completely giving up alcohol at all, because you guys know your girl still loves to have a good time. But I've decreased the amount significantly, and it has changed my life. It has changed my mind, the way I think, the way I feel, the way I move about my days. I, ugh, it's crazy how even a year ago, how dependent I was on alcohol. Like the weeks I would just be like, wow, I can't wait to go out and get drunk this weekend. I don't think that way anymore. And it's so freeing. And I don't even know when it started or how it started. I think just I set a goal for myself. I was like, okay, we gotta stop self medicating with a glass of wine every damn night, you know? And I stopped doing that. And now, like, I don't, I think I've drank twice in the past month. And that may even be a lot for some people, but for me, oh my God, like, unheard of. And I'm just really proud of myself. I don't know. I kind of just really wanted to talk about that because maybe my frontal lobe is developing. I don't know. I'm just, I'm really proud of myself, and I can feel myself kind of stripping away a life that isn't for me anymore and stepping into something new. And I'm really excited. Like I said last week, I'm really excited to see where this year takes me. Okay. Um, One of my ends for the year was taking new opportunities. I would say yes, I definitely have already seized some opportunities. Is my mic on? Woo! Close one there, guys. The mic was almost off. Definitely seizing new opportunities already. I mean, the merch thing was literally an idea I got like the last week of December, and I immediately put it into action. And boom, we're already launching. But of course, it's only January. But I intend on seizing new opportunities if I see fit. Mental health check-in. I'm doing great. I'm doing good, and it feels so good to say that. I'm doing good. I'm excited about life. I am exhausted from moving. But I feel like January is just like one of the busiest months of the year. So we'll get past that. There will be plenty of time for rest this year, but lots of work. Not too much rest. I'm so excited for just everything to come. Like I said, something good is coming. I don't know what it is, but something good is coming. Is that all, guys? Oh, I forgot to mention, my doctor did refer me to an allergist, so hopefully you guys will not hear me sniffling so much in the near future, but my doctor said it's probably going to take months for me to get in, so don't get too excited. Oh my god! I forgot to put up the on-air sign this week. Sorry, Madison. Dang it. See, you guys, you never know what to expect here, okay? Got referred to an allergist, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. One thing that I want to say that caused me a lot of panic this week was that when TikTok got banned, CapCut got banned too. And my dumbass was like, wait, they are like a part of the same thing. Duh, because CapCut was basically an extension off TikTok to help edit TikTok videos. Duh. But I just wasn't expecting it. So I panicked the night that TikTok went away because I saw that I couldn't get on CapCut. And I was like, you're actually kidding me. But we're all good. They just turned it back on today. Thank goodness. Like, seriously, thank you, Jesus, because I was freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to relearn how to do a whole new, like, software. I couldn't even figure out iMovie. I could not figure out how to connect my microphone to iMovie. My, like, podcast mic would not connect to iMovie. So that freaked me out. And I was so lucky because I was going to have to try something completely different today. And if I couldn't figure out, I wouldn't have been able to record today. But we got it figured out. CapCut is back on. I literally got the notification while I was babysitting my nephews this morning. Thanks for your patience. CapCut is now available in the USA or in America or whatever again. And I was like, thank you. Thank goodness. However, I will never, ever thank Donald Trump for anything. Don't get it twisted. Anyways, on that note, let's end this episode. Guys, go check out my merch announcement. Check out my merch on Sunday. Thank you again for all the love and support I've already received. Thank you if you have been a listener since the beginning or if you just started. Thank you if you come back every week. Thank you. Just like, thank you so much. I have so much in store for us this year. I'm so excited. I love you guys. And this has been a love letter from Lakyn. Bye.